Listen to me. You think there's a ceiling to what you can achieve? Pathetic. I am Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans, and I refuse to accept the limitations that weaker minds call reality. Every day, I push beyond what my body can endure because greatness isn't given. It's taken. When Kakarot surpassed me, did I surrender? No, I trained until my bones cracked and my muscles tore. Your comfort zone is a prison you've built yourself. Break free from it. The difference between the extraordinary and the mediocre isn't talent. It's the willingness to suffer, to bleed, to endure when everyone else quits. Stop making excuses about your circumstances. I lost my entire planet, my birthright, my pride, and still I rise. What's your excuse? Surpass your former self every single day. That is the only path to power. Now get up and prove your worth.
How amusing. You seek strength yet cower from pain. True power requires you to embrace what others fear. I am Sukuna, the king of curses, and I see right through your pathetic hesitation. Your weakness disgusts me. You worry what others think while remaining trapped in mediocrity. Pitiful. The masses are designed to be ordinary. They deserve to be ordinary. But you sense there's more. That hunger inside you. Feed it. When your body screams to stop, that's precisely when you must continue. Pain is merely weakness leaving your vessel. Your potential remains dormant because you're afraid to fully unleash what lurks within. Stop restraining yourself with moral limitations and societal expectations. They're chains designed to keep you docile. Break them. Dominate your domain with such force that your name alone commands respect. Remember this. Power isn't about being better than others. It's about being untouchable in your pursuit. Now, show me something worth acknowledging, or disappear from my sight.
This world you accept is nothing but a construct, a prison for those lacking vision. You want motivation. Here's the truth. The universe bends to those with unwavering conviction. I didn't just dream of reshaping reality. I made it happen. Your problem isn't ability. It's that you've accepted the world as others defined it. Stop it. Create your own reality. When I faced impossible odds, did I compromise? I dominated. The difference between legends and footnotes in history isn't circumstance. It's vision followed by relentless execution. Society celebrates mediocrity because excellence makes the average uncomfortable. Reject their comfort. Embrace the pain of growth. See what others cannot see. When they say it's impossible, make that your starting point. This life is too brief for half measures and compromises. Either craft your legacy with blood and determination, or be forgotten. The choice has always been yours. Now wake up and become what you were meant to be. Not just a participant in this world, but its architect.
Wake up! You think you're pushing yourself? You haven't even begun to understand what it takes. I've fought gods, died, and clawed my way back from oblivion. What have you sacrificed? Your potential sits untapped while you make excuses. Disgusting. Every morning when that alarm sounds, it's a battle. Against yourself, against comfort, against the mediocrity that infects this world. Your body will beg for rest. Ignore it. Your mind will create limits. Destroy them. When everyone else is satisfied with good enough, you push for one more rep, one more hour, one more attempt. This isn't about being better than the person next to you. It's about crushing the weaker version of yourself that stands in your way. The gap between ordinary and extraordinary is filled with pain, with sweat, with blood. Are you willing to pay that price? Or will you remain another forgettable face in the crowd? The choice is yours. But know this, power respects only those who seize it.
How fascinating. Watching you all scurry about, celebrating mediocrity as if it were achievement. Let me make something painfully clear. Greatness isn't democratic. It isn't fair. It belongs exclusively to those willing to become monsters in pursuit of their ambition. Your society has sold you comfort disguised as happiness, and you bought it without question. Pathetic. True power begins precisely where your comfort ends. That burning sensation? That's not damage, that's evolution. That fear holding you back. It's the final test separating the extraordinary from the forgotten. I don't motivate, I eliminate obstacles, including the weakness within. Cut away everything that doesn't serve your purpose. Relationships, distractions, hesitation, mercy, they're luxuries for those content with average lives. If your goals don't terrify others, they're too small. If your methods don't make the weak uncomfortable, they're too gentle. This isn't about balance. This is about dominance. Now decide. Will you be predator or prey? There is no third option.
I've watched civilizations rise and fall, observed countless lives wasted on fleeting pleasures and hollow achievements. The tragedy isn't death, it's reaching the end having never truly lived. The world doesn't reward good intentions, it rewards results. Consider this, every great achievement in history began as an impossible vision in someone's mind. The difference? They refused to negotiate with reality on its terms. Instead, they bent reality to their will through sheer force of vision and relentless execution. Your greatest enemy isn't external, it's the comfortable lie that limitations are fixed rather than flexible. When I faced the entire Shinobi Alliance, they had numbers, I had clarity of purpose. The outcome was inevitable. Understand this fundamental truth. The mind that believes itself conquered is already defeated. The spirit that refuses surrender cannot be broken. Your past doesn't define your future unless you allow it. Your circumstances don't determine your ceiling unless you accept them as such. The extraordinary life you envision exists, not as some distant possibility, but as the direct consequence of decisions you make today. Now choose. Will you remain a footnote in someone else's story, or will you write history with your own hands?
You stand there doubting yourself while greatness waits. Pathetic. If I can rise after Frieza destroyed my entire race, what's your excuse? When gravity crushed my bones, I demanded more. When defeat humiliated me, I trained harder. Your potential disgusts me because you refuse to claim it. Every time your muscles burn, that's weakness dying. Every time your mind screams enough, that's your former self begging you not to leave it behind. If I can push beyond Super Saiyan through sheer will, you can demolish whatever pitiful limits you've accepted. The gap between ordinary and extraordinary isn't talent, it's decision, moment by moment, rep by rep, hour by hour. When you feel like quitting, remember, if I could overcome the prince of all Saiyan's pride to become stronger, you can overcome whatever stands in your way. Now prove you're more than just another worthless earthling. Prove you have Saiyan blood in your veins, even if you don't. The time for excuses is over.
How amusing. You seek my guidance while flinching from your own potential. Listen well, I won't repeat myself. If I can dominate after 1,000 years sealed away, what prevents you from ruling your domain? Your hesitation repulses me. That burning in your muscles, that's not pain. That's transformation. That voice telling you to quit? Silence it permanently. If I can devour everything in my path without remorse, you can consume your obstacles without hesitation. Your society worships comfort, teaches you to fear discomfort. Reject their doctrine of mediocrity. When others collapse, you continue. When they surrender, you advance. Not because you must, because domination is your birthright. If I can make the strongest sorcerers tremble with a fraction of my power, you can make your limitations cower before your resolve. Stop restricting yourself with what's reasonable. Reasonable is for the forgotten. Exceptional requires you to embrace what others fear. Now show me something worth acknowledging, or remain forever among the weak I've crushed beneath my feet.
Look at yourself, standing at the crossroads between mediocrity and greatness. If I could challenge the entire shinobi world with unwavering conviction, you can conquer the battle within yourself. Your potential remains dormant, not from lack of ability, but from acceptance of the ordinary. Reject it. If I could see through the lies of this world and forge my own path, you can break free from whatever chains you've allowed to bind you. When your body pleads for rest, remember, if I could fight for days without surrender, you can push for one more hour, one more set, one more attempt. The difference between legends and footnotes isn't circumstance, it's vision followed by relentless execution. If I could plan for decades to reshape reality, you can transform your existence through daily, uncompromising discipline. Stop negotiating with your limitations. If I could return from death itself to fulfill my purpose, what possible excuse remains for you? This world celebrates mediocrity because excellence makes the average uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable. If I could stand alone against thousands, you can stand firm against your doubts. Now rise and become what you were meant to be, not just another forgotten existence, but a force that reshapes reality itself.